Hey guys, it is Dr. Anderson at 𝙨𝙤𝙞𝙘𝙀 Chiropractic in Missouri City, and today I'm going to talk to you about mid-back pain. So when people come into office and they're suffering with mid-back pain, a lot of times they'll say it's their shoulder pain, right? So if you're getting shoulder pain, that's usually right here or right here. If you're getting pain through here continuously or down in between your scapula and your shoulder blades, down through this region, that is normally triggered by pain in your thoracic spine or the tissues around it. And many times it's actually caused by issues in the neck. So let me explain. So if we look at the normal anatomy of a human spine, how we should be, so we should be here if I'm sitting here, and we look laterally, we want the head over the shoulder, right over the hip in a straight line. And there's an arch in between, and there's a different facing arch as a lever arm that makes up your thoracic spine. Today, it's so common. One of the big causes is everybody is sitting. We live in a world of almost constant sitting. We sit in the morning and have breakfast and coffee, then we sit in the car on the way to work, and then you get to work and you sit down for 8 hours, and then you drive home and you sit in the car in traffic, and then you get home and you're so worn out from your long day, and that's right, you sit on the couch. So many people, even if you work out, even if you get some exercise, a lot of hours a day are spent sitting. And what happens is when we sit, instead of sitting on these bottom bones here, where you should be sitting, many people, we roll back. And I know that looks benign in my body, but if you look inside on the skeleton, what's really happening is this normal arching for spring, for shock absorption, to resist gravity and hold your weight, you rock back. And that turns into a straight rod. And that creates about 35 to 40% more compressive forces, and you lose your body's ability to have the spring for shock absorption. And then what happens is we roll forward and we do this, or we do this, or we do this. Look at your kids sometimes, they're doing this, right? And inside, that does this. That shape does not look like the ideal shape of the spine, right? So what happens here specifically to mid-back pain is it's caught right in the middle of a lot of that pressure. We, instead of having our normal relaxed posture here, where our shoulders should be relaxed, our scapula should be back, and we're up, and we're back against the chair here, and then you can type and you can work at a computer without as much issues, as long as you're back here. If we're out like this, or if we're, like I mentioned, back like this, all the pressure's in our thoracic spine, and when your head goes forward, your head weighs literally around 10 to 13 pounds, like a bowling ball. So as that starts to move forward, there's a formula in math and physics. It's like if I held a brick like this, or if I held it like this, the brick weighs the same, but it feels way heavier out here, right? Than if it was here. The head's the same way. 1 inch forward can be 18 to 24 pounds of weight. And then if I'm 2 or 3 inches forward, it could be anywhere from 26 to 32 pounds of extra weight forces on the joints, ligaments, disc. So as we do that, we go forward, the thoracic spine here takes all the stress. And you're like, well, it's just tight muscles. The muscles are tight. They're tight because they're working way overdrive. You can go get a massage and it comes back within a day or two. You can foam roll it out every day. You can get the jackhammer gun on it. You can get the lacrosse ball, and it feels good. But if it comes back and comes back and comes back within a day or two every single time, there's a real reason why, and many times it's something's off with those biomechanics. And we can help. With Corrective Chiropractic care, we literally will do an evaluation, we'll take imaging, we can measure exactly to the millimeter exactly where that shift may be, and then we can take you through a gentle, specific process to do specific adjustments and customized exercises just to move and train and move and train and move and train and move and train and correct that posture again and correct the real root cause of the health problem. We can take stress off the joints, the muscles start to relax naturally, and also the spine and nerve system inside will control everything in the body a lot better when the nerves aren't weakened and irritated. You'll just be a lot better, healthier version of your normal self. Now, some other things that can cause it is there's ribs that connect in here. Sometimes there's just a little bit of rotation. I know I personally, from working out over the years, if I work out certain ways or do certain movements with a lot of stress or a lot of weight or a lot of reps, I get these little areas that can buckle just a little bit, and the rib cage connects to each vertebrae, and sometimes that rib gets stuck up and it stops moving. And that can feel, from personal experience, I've had it over the years many times, like a sharp stabbing muscle knot, or you poke right on it, it feels like a muscle knot. But many times that actually needs an adjustment to free up that range of motion. Or another sign that it might be a rib issue is that you have restricted breathing in a spot, either on the front or the back. You take a deep breath and you feel just a little bit more isolated pinpoint pain, just a little bit more pressure right on that joint. That can be a rib that needs to be adjusted as well. Or you might need extra customized exercise program to actually strengthen and balance to the muscles that are too tight need to be stretched, and the muscles that aren't contracting need to be strengthened to bring your posture back up. So just some tips. We'd love to talk to you about it. If you're suffering with any of those things, we're over on Highway 6 in Missouri City, and I can't wait to see you soon.